These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
You to bet, because every time you think you know, oh, I got it down, it's week 9. I know what the Bills are about, and I sure know what the Jags are, and I know what the Broncos and the Cowboys are. Oh, and I know what and without Derrick Henry, you don't know anything. And you sit there and we watch because we're addicts, and we go, what the hell? And we scream and we cheer. And if you're a Broncos fan, you go, well, no, I didn't tell you. I hoped it. Well, no, I didn't even know. That's what you got on Sunday. The most bizarre of all the bizarro weeks, and there've been a lot of them. There have been a lot of bizarre weeks. That's up there at the very, very top. Good Monday to you. After the first November weekend of football, you don't know anything, do you? It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. I mean, what? You tell me what you know. You know it's a week-to-week league? Is that what you know?
This sport makes no sense. The hardest sport to predict, figure out, apparently play right now is the NFL.
It is really hard. And it is really hard to figure out. And I'm going to tell you, I really thought this year I was going to, it's legal. I mean, not that, I thought I was going to start betting a little bit. And I watched myself the first week and realized, wow, you're not very good at this. And so I haven't really. And I'm glad, because I would be getting slaughtered. I would be. Every time I think I knew, how many, what I asked you, was it the Broncos game? Was that enough? What was it, 10.5? Is that enough points? I mean, what are we?
Was it enough for Denver?
Right. Every time there's a game where I say, what am I missing? I would back way away from. It was bonkers yesterday. We got that. We got Lobo football losing to UNLV over the weekend. Aggies had a halftime lead over Utah State, and then they became that 1-9, 1-8 football team. Wyoming beats Colorado State, which was bizarre. We've got all kinds of stuff. Lobo soccer wins the conference championship again. They're moving on to the NCAA tournament. Congratulations to Heather and to that team. Got a glimpse at Lobo basketball over the weekend on Friday night. It was impressive for what it was. So we got a ton to do. Guest list for you today. 8 o'clock this morning, Danny Gonzalez is going to be with us. Lobo football coach scheduled to be here. Next up, they go to Fresno next week. Fresno State got a whooping from Boise State, and that'll be the next opponent for UNM. So it's Fresno State, then Boise State, the next two. So we'll talk to him coming up at 8 o'clock. 8:30 this morning, Mario Mocha is going to be with us, the athletic director at New Mexico State University. Aggies with the big announcement on Friday made it official that they are joining Conference USA in what was said to be an offer too good to pass up, JJ. So when it all was said and done, the answer was, well, yeah, we got to go. And it's interesting where we ended up there. I was in El Paso, and I talked to. It's really interesting on perspective, right? I talked to Jeff Traylor, the coach at UTSA, who just signed that big 10-year contract, and who I really enjoyed. And his perspective on the conference. Them moving to Conference USA. Talked with Dana Dimmel, the head coach at UTEP for a while, got his perspective on it. And it's kind of everybody is well, it's above my pay grade. Who do you want me to play next week was kind of, but you could see excitement in one, and the other one was like, I'll just, let's go. We just got to be good. We just got to be good. The UTSA coach was excited. Well, now we're going to go play big boy football. Well, kind of 6 of the same teams, but okay. And UTEP was like, we just got to be good. We got to be consistently good, not just this year. And I think even though UTEP got beat by UTSA, I think they're good. God, UTSA is nice.
UTSA is very good. UTEP having a good season. UTSA is on a different level for
UTSA is nice. JJ, I'm just telling you, I like watching them from the field level. The program that they put together, that young program who made their first bowl appearance in our game. 4 or 5 years ago, and the Lobos almost beat. It was a 23-20 game. Lobos did beat. They almost beat the Lobos. But watching their execution, they scored on all 8 possessions. Their quarterback makes good decisions. They've got good skill players. They've got good size, and they hit. But I will tell you this: it was really encouraging to see the atmosphere at the Sun Bowl, and UTEP fans came out. They had a ranked team in there. That's what I'm hoping to see here in a year or two. It was because that place has been down. It's been 8 years since I'd been down to see a game there, and it was encouraging to see that fan base just love on that football team. They got beat. They missed a couple field goals early and got beat. They've got a New Mexico quarterback. They've got a nice defense. They're going to be okay. But it was good to see that community, respond. And again, what football does after being down so long, they're not unlike here. Basketball, right? They won a national championship. They think they're a basketball school. It hits November, and when's basketball start? But it was so cool to see the parking lot, the tailgates that were going on, and I'll show you the picture of the crowd. It was bonkers. It was really nice.
It is very similar to what's happening here at the University of New Mexico. You look at UTEP this year; they're solid, and they're beating teams that they are better than right now, but they're not at, say, a conference championship level.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people thought New Mexico was going to be this season, but they're not quite there. So you hope you start to see that big step forward for this program that UTEP was able to take.
UTSA up to 15th in the AP poll, 16th in the coaches poll. I'm just telling you, they're nice. They're nice. And they locked up their coach for a long time. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Broncos beat the Cowboys yesterday. And just beat them. Beat them up and down the field. 30-16 was the final. Y'all thought Dak was back and everything was going to be fine. Vaughn was gone, and that team just moved on. And I don't know if I think it was Teddy Two Gloves. I will tell you, I thought their defense was terrific. And was that that's as bad as you've seen Dallas look all season, certainly. And what that defense did and rallied without Von Miller, whatever. I don't know if the Von Miller thing had anything to do with it. That's as good as your team's looked in a long time.
It was Mulligan Sunday in the NFL.
I like that.
It was Dallas is fine. Buffalo is fine. But they took their worst losses of the season. And for Dallas, it was you saw it early. The aggressiveness, which I'm fine. You're kind of in no man's land. 4th and 1, get stuffed. But then you're kind of back behind the 8 ball. Go for it again. Dak throws a bad pass on a 4th down. All of a sudden, Denver has a bunch of confidence defensively. They played really good. But the one area you can kind of attack the Cowboys at is on the ground. And the Broncos did that. Most rushing yards this season for Denver. It allowed them to then hit a strike over the top to Tim Patrick, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, how is this game 27-0? What is happening here? And just a disaster of a day for the Cowboys.
Javonte Williams had 111 yards rushing and maybe the most angry run I've seen all year during that game. Melvin Gordon had 80 yards on the ground, 190 yards rushing for the Cowboys. And to your point, they found different players. I mean, they only threw to Cortland Sutton twice. Tim Patrick, 5 targets. Jerry Jeudy is back, and he's going to be the guy there. I don't know that I feel that they turned the corner. Like
they didn't.
Right, and that's, I don't know that I think they turned the corner. But you got a glimpse, and I don't know if that's good or bad for the future. I mean,
very bad.
What, because you think it just bumps them down?
I don't. I think that they're going to be a roller coaster ride the rest of the way. This isn't all of a sudden, the Broncos. They've Teddy Bridgewater, hoorah, let's go. This is a future. No, this is a team that their defense is going to get exposed at times because of how young it is overall. They played a great game yesterday. This is what they wanted their identity to be this season, is lean on those 2 running backs. There's a reason, even with Melvin Gordon, they took Javonte Williams in the 2nd round. And so you get a sense of how they want to play football, but it's also going to keep them here. And they're going to be a team that's around 500 into the season, probably
middle of the draft.
Be 8-9 win team. And that's since there's no 8-8, it's now 9-8 or 8-9.
And in the middle of the draft.
Yeah,
in the middle of the draft. All right. 505-246-0610. We got to get into what happened in Jacksonville. What happened in L.A. last night. What happened. The Niners. I told you I just don't trust the Niners. They lost to Colt McCoy at home and got run out of the built. No DeAndre Hopkins. No Kyler Murray. No J.J. Watt. Chase Edmonds played for, 1 series? And they blew him out the built. I mean, at what point do you start looking at the Niners and just going, I don't know. I think now. And watch, they'll beat the Rams next Monday night. Rams looked horrible last night. See, I just there's and that was on Matthew Stafford. I mean, those were those 2 touchdowns, the pick 6 in the short field. So we'll get into all that. 505-246-0610. Danny Gonzalez at 8. Mario Mocha at 8:30 on the opening drive.
You can get into F45 training. The time is now. Don't put it off. Don't think, I'll do something beginning of the year. No, you can start doing it right now. F45 training, 45 minutes, high-intensity interval training. So the schedule, it's always busy. Don't fool yourself. It doesn't matter what time of year it is, but especially this time of year, the holiday season, a lot of extra going on. So F45 training has classes available 7 days a week, just 45 minutes. You can get yourself a great workout. Find a time that works for you and start getting going now. Check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app. You can check out everything that's going on at the Northeast Heights location. You can sign up for your 7-day free trial. Get that taste of it and get going. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
I gotta believe the Jaguars Bills is the most stunning, right? Of all of the games yesterday, like, you didn't expect the Titans to beat the Rams, but the Titans were a good team, a team you thought could go to the Super Bowl before Derrick Henry went down, and so you thought the Rams would win. You thought the Cowboys were going to beat the Broncos, right? I mean, but the Broncos had won 3 games, and I mean, that's a stunner. The Jaguars and Urban Meyer holding the Bills to 6 points. Like, where does that one come from? Of all of them, it's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie's producing on the radio side, Adrian producing on the TV side. You can get into 246-0610. That's 505-246-0610. That's got to be the biggest one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, of all the stuff, okay, and all the eliminator pools, are we all out now?
Oh, I gambled the last 2 weeks.
No, but in the survivor pool, did you? You gambled. How'd you do?
Oh.
Yeah, not well, right?
No.
Yeah.
Cal and I lost money yesterday.
Yeah, that's part of the gambling thing. I'm out in the
I bet on
pool.
Stafford, Allen, and Dak yesterday.
You got beat.
Their yards. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got beat.
Yeah,
You should have bet on Colt McCoy, Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, what was I thinking?
Yeah, I know. I mean, where the hell are you coming from? And Teddy Bridgewater. I had Cowboys in the survivor pool.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm done there. I just, one of the most bizarre, where does it come from? And I think that's why we love this league so much. Right? You'll see Oklahoma City beat the Lakers on a Tuesday night in November, and you don't care. You see the Jags beat the Bills, which I will tell you is somewhat analogous, isn't it?
It is.
And you lose your mind. It's just, this weekend was bonkers. And then you had the Jordan Love thing. And I feel for that young man. I really do. Matt LaFleur said afterwards we didn't prepare him for the blitz. If you didn't, how? He looked like a guy making his first start. Yeah. He did. He looked like, and if that's all they got to judge on, then you're in trouble. And by the way, make your 2 damn field goals and you're in that game at the end and have a chance to win. By the way, don't botch why can't the guy turn the laces? Isn't that like the second thing you're taught as a holder after catch ball? I guess third.
Turn.
Catch, put down, and turn the laces, right? So 3 things you're told, right? Why can't he turn the freaking laces? All right, 246-0610. You want to go?
Let's go.
All right, I got 2 lines open. That means you guys are ready to go. Tommy, tell me some truth.
Well, I got to go to Bourbon and Boots yesterday. Saw half of the game.
All right.
I got to meet the person that's hosting the Saturday show.
Yeah,
He was a pretty cool guy. Got him on my Instagram now. Denver played a great game. I mean, this could be their game of the year. I mean, they looked so good, and I did feel that their defense was their strength last year, and maybe their defense has finally woken up. They played really well, and I think you do have something to prove when your cornerstone leaves, because people are saying you're not going to be able to win without him. It's going to be different, and they just look motivated from the get-go. They look like they came out ready to play, wanting to win, and Dallas just looked like they came out there thinking they were going to win. I think one team was thinking about football, and the other team, which was the Broncos, and the other team was thinking about winning in a way like we don't have to do much but just show up. But I knew it was a bad day. The block punt, when it doesn't go backwards and it goes forward, and then Denver has the ball because of that rule, which is a legitimate rule, I knew it wasn't going to go our way. It just ain't our day. Ain't our day. And even the defensive coaches said we're going to shut down the running attack, which they did, and have Dak beat us if he can beat us, and he didn't get it done. Yep. What JJ said, it's just a game. You know, maybe this will be, for me with Dallas, it's don't make it a habit. That's the thing. Like when Green Bay lost the first game, they came back, beat Detroit. Don't make it a habit. We'll see. If they play like this against Atlanta, then I'll worry. But it is one game. It is the worst game you played all year. Just don't make it a habit. But we'll see what happens. Atlanta, the Raiders, Kansas City's coming up, all those games. And then Denver, maybe in that division, if they can play this type of defense, maybe they can win 9 games. Maybe they can make a wild card, because that division is not Kansas City's division right now. They're not playing well, and I can't say Rodgers didn't play. They say next man up. It's for some people. For a guy like that, he's not next man up. Love looked like a deer in headlights.
He did.
And I do agree. The Jacksonville game, I would say almost the Cowboys was the bigger upset, but then Jacksonville beat Buffalo with the point total holding them down. That was probably the biggest upset. And probably the Dallas one was second. But yeah, don't make it a habit, and we'll be just fine. We're still in the division lead.
Week to week, yeah, you're going to win that. Week to week, you're going to win that division. You're still really good. Look, out of 17 games, you're gonna have 2 or 3 clunkers. You're just going to. You're just, no matter how good you are, you're good, and that's why nobody's going undefeated. Out of 17 games, the other guys are good too. They're pros. They're getting paid. They're fighting for their jobs. So you're going to get beat periodically. And yesterday, they weren't good.
I still think, to me, Arizona's the best team. I've said that for a few weeks, and I can't believe Colt McCoy, ex-Longhorn. I'm a Longhorn fan, but they suck. But yeah, it was amazing to see Arizona win with all the backups they had in there. That amazed me.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm glad. I'm glad you checked in. See you
later.
Tommy was out at Bourbon and Boots. Tommy, friend of the show. Tommy was out at the Bourbon and Boots yesterday. Were you out there?
Nope.
Yeah. He's got Ryan Tamari on the Instagram now.
Oh, I don't know who Ryan is.
Ryan's hosting.
But you know me, I don't know people.
ABQ Central now, or whatever the Saturday show is. I guess
it's nice.
ABQ Central.
First and 505.
First and 505. Yeah.
God, the Giants, the Falcons. I mean, this is just all over the map yesterday.
Remember back when we were in the closet doing the afternoon show? We did 5 at 505 and the 505.
It was that was called?
No, our show was called The Big Show.
Oh, nice.
The Big Show. But we did it that 5 at 505 and the 505. They wanted us to do, you got to do headlines at 5 o'clock. All right, well, we came in, we did the 5 at 505 and the 505 and whatever. And there was like some sort of little, you might have even produced the little open bumper.
Oh, nice.
I can't say I did that.
All right.
I was very green overall.
That wasn't me. Hello, Leonard.
Morning. How you doing?
Excellent.
So, how many catch games did we have this weekend?
Countless. I mean, all of them feels like it, doesn't
I
it?
mean,
Didn't cover it
I
all.
mean, I know you're saying that the Bills game and that was adorable, but really the Broncos game and how they just manhandled the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you just looked at it and go, and I'm looking up at the scoreboard. I'm like, I'm having to do a double take because my glasses are rough.
What do you think? What do bettors think when Kyler Murray wasn't playing, DeAndre Hopkins wasn't playing? I gotta believe everybody was jumping all over. Over.
Shanahan's on a short leash. He might be the first to go.
Be. No, he's not gonna be the first to go. I think him and Lynch are gonna be are tight. I think Urban probably saves himself through the season with winning yesterday. If you're looking for a coach to go, I mean, has one gone yet? Nobody's gone yet.
No one's gone yet. And then the Raiders, after losing yesterday to the Giants, the next 3 games are going to kill their season. So now you have the Raiders playing for their playoff life and David Carr playing for an extension.
Yeah, but see, the Raiders, when you say they're playing for their season, I give them a good chance against the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Cowboys. Them going back east, that's okay. First of all, did you know they're 0-7 the last 7 years coming off their bye week for whatever reason? Like, figure that out.
No, I understand, and I understand they're coming off of the incident, having to deal with the Ruggs incident and everything, but it's the Giants.
I know. I got it. You got to beat the Giants, okay? But I look at them. I think offensively, I give them a chance against the Chiefs next week at home. I give them. I mean, the Bengals have lost 2-1, look garbage all of a sudden, and why can't they beat the Cowboys?
Amazing yesterday.
The Raiders are playing down to their opponents.
That's bad. That's problem.
So that's the other problem. Now, Mahomes looked terrible yesterday, so I don't know what's going on with Mahomes.
But they won.
They won, but you look at his stats and you're like, really?
I know.
It was the lesser of two evils win yesterday.
That was a tough game to watch, and that was supposed to be the best game of the year. That was a tough game to watch.
I mean, it's just, so is Tennessee now the team to beat?
This week. I mean, honestly, this week. Are the Browns? What about the Browns? What do you think of the Browns now?
The problem I have with the Browns, even though they destroyed Cincinnati, is Baker Mayfield to me right now looks just like a clock manager quarterback, not a top quarterback.
Okay, but sometimes that's good enough to win. Yep. Let me give you this again. Let me throw your Chargers back into the mix because they go on the road. That's a gutsy, good win back east against an okay team, but those West Coast teams playing that early window don't do very well, and they got to win. And I thought they were going to get beat. I thought the Eagles in 2.5 was the number, and it wasn't. Obviously, that's why I don't bet. But I thought that was a good win. Like as good a win for a contender. The Chargers and the Titans were the two.
Right, and the Chargers, I don't know why they're not using Parham more often. You have a 6'8" tight end. Who is going to cover that height?
No, I mean at some point they will.
I mean, you got to get him in the game. You got to get Michael Williams in the game.
No.
But the thing is, congratulations to the Chargers kicker who kicked the winning field goal for Atlanta. You couldn't do it with the Chargers, but you're doing great with Atlanta.
That's right. That's how it works.
And that loss for the Saints may come back and haunt them for a playoff spot. Was it the Saints in Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta beat them.
They put out what the wild card weekend matchups would be.
I mean, the Saints came back, had the game in the fourth quarter, won it, and then they give up that long pass.
Yeah, to Cordell Patterson. Yeah. Yeah, he's terrific. All right.
Interesting. And last thing, I know you're not talking basketball. Sometime this week you have to talk the elephant in the room and that great Laker trade with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, it's worked out well early, huh?
It's so
funny.
Lenny, you're funny.
Yeah, we'll get there later in the week. He'll hit the NBA later in the week. All right.
I mean, how do you lose if you have the Lakers to Oklahoma City twice,
and blow 19-point leads? I think both times.
Boy.
Yeah. All right, man. Enjoy the day.
Okay.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get to the NBA. We will. I mean, to me, the biggest wins for contenders. Great win for Jacksonville. I don't think Denver's a contender. Biggest win, I thought the Cleveland, the way they won was big. But to me, the Chargers going back east and winning was kind of a big deal. And the Titans. I mean, what the Titans did to the Rams last night, and more so what they did defensively and forced them. And Collinsworth was on this in the second half to move that pocket because every time he dropped back, even in the second half, Matt Stafford was on his back. I mean, all the credit in the world to Tennessee last night.
And Baltimore.
Yeah, good win by Baltimore, no doubt.
Yep. Great win.
No doubt.
Overtime over the Vikings.
Stafford was only sacked 5 times. Boy, didn't it feel like he was sacked 15 times last night?
He went a little Carson Wentz on him.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah. All right, 246-0610. Keep them coming. I got emails already I got to get through a lot. Danny Gonzalez at 8 o'clock. We'll talk global football when we get back. They lose to UNLV over the weekend 31-17. Mario Mocha is going to be with us at 8:30. He's New Mexico State's athletic director. Aggies will be moving to Conference USA and be in an FBS football conference. So we'll talk to him about that coming up at 8:30 this morning. It is November. It is holiday season, and you are now officially in the busiest time of the year. Ready, guys? Feeling up to it? I hope so, but if you're not, there is help. If you're dealing with some very, very natural things like fatigue, hair loss, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction, NuMale's here to help you. NuMale's testosterone replacement has been helping men deal with these things for years. Men all over the country feel better because they made the call, they made the appointment, they made the time to go in and see NuMale. Call them at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or visit newmale.com. Facts are, as you age, there's a really good chance you're going to be affected by these absolutely natural things. Nothing to be ashamed of. New Male is convenient. They're here in Albuquerque. They're with you through the entirety of the treatment, and most of all, the results are real. It works. Isn't feeling better worth the call? Of course it is, guys. Hit the holidays feeling like you again. Call New Male at 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688. Or visit newmale.com and feel better.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews. And
Quest Jeff says, Gopher, can you play me some Leo Sayer? UNLV beating Lobo football makes me feel like dancing. And then he sent me a link. I'll send it to you if you want to send it. Lobo football played great, this says. This is from Dan. Jeffrey, Iana Maria. And the broadcast sounded great. Then I think you stick with the hot hand, if that's right, with Trulio. But, if the Lobo football played great, then you stick with Trulio. But after that mess Saturday, I think he's cleared and able to prepare this week. You got to go back to JJ for the pregame show. It's your fault, bro. It's your fault.
I'll take responsibility.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Harold said the curse of Fred Holtberg. A couple of days after, didn't you send this to me the other day? After a couple of days after wanting to award Coach of the Year honors to Tom Paul Glazer, Lobo Volleyball was clean-sheeted during their road trip. One game was 26-24. Otherwise, they failed to get 15 points in 2 matches. Might not get Coach of the Year. Frank, this says from Jack, is this the first time Jeffrey Lobo football has lost to 2 teams that have 1 AA blemishes on their record? It's from Frank. Who else did? Who else lost to 1 AA team or FCS team?
Was Colorado State?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. All right, Lobo football loses 31-17 on Saturday to UNLV. Quarterbacks go down. You got quite a bit of C.J. Montes. Isaiah Chavez was cleared of concussion, correct? But he's injured. You got Boise State, Fresno State, then Boise State coming up, then Utah State. You ran the ball to the tune of 260 yards. It's pretty good. You threw the ball to the tune of 36 yards. Danny said after the game, we cannot win. I'm paraphrasing it. Without any passing threat. They have to be able to throw the football. We're in a situation. First of all, I'm hoping to see Terry Wilson back next week, aren't you?
It would be nice.
All right. I don't.
Here we are again.
This has been the last, decade of talking to coaches on Monday morning and who's your quarterback, right? It just seems like it's too easy, and I hate having to do that, but that's where we are. It's a tough one for Lobo fan. I get it. UNLV snapped the nation's longest losing streak by beating UNLV 31-17, and this was coming for them. This was coming. Whether this week, whenever it was. Here's where I won't go. You might. I think you're wrong if you do, and I said I think you're wrong. That's my opinion. I vehemently think this. If you start going, they got to blow this thing up, and he's the wrong guy, and look, it's going to take a minute. And you're down. What were you down now to quarterback? 3, 4? How many are we? It's 3 by Montesser, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, do you have to be able to throw Trey Hall got hurt. So kind of your best playmaker that was left on the outside was out. Where do you go from here? You go to Fresno. And that's where you go. You go try to get better defensively. They only gave up 77 yards on the ground. It's not like they got torched.
It's the second half they had 10 yards rushing. And so that's the challenge with this team. Well, C.J. Montez, not quite as good as Isaiah Chavez in executing the option offense, but that's why you have to have an element of passing because teams will key in on this. Teams will take it away in the second half. Yeah, you beat Wyoming, but we only scored 14 points.
Yeah.
And defensively, it was a solid day for the Lobos overall if they had some offensive support in the second half. But you're down to C.J. Montez. You're still a true freshman, and you see some of the issues he had. And then Isaiah Chavez, for the first time, it wasn't a good day because the first turnover he had, it was a straight drop back. And this team can't drop back and pass the football this year. It's not going to happen this season. And that's where they had the first turnover. Short field, UNLV capitalizes. And then running the option, Isaiah Chavez took a big hit, fumbles the football.
You got to take care of the football. You just got to. So 2 turnovers are on him. They're on him. So where do we go? We'll talk with Danny. We're coming up at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock this morning. That's. Do you understand when I say top of the hour and bottom of the hour? Does that understand? I'm going to stop saying it. I'm trying to ease that out of my vernacular. But do you understand what it means?
I do understand that.
So a top of the hour is like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and the bottom is 8:30, 9:30. You knew that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was told that's like an antiquated. Well, my wife doesn't know what that means. So, all right. Well, I'll stop saying it. All right. No, I
got it.
I just want to know if it was like does your dad say that, but you don't understand what it means or something? All right. James, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Just going over the weekend, and I want to give the Denver Broncos an A+. Man, whoever called that game, man, that was that was a good game they called. And on the other side, I want to give an incomplete to the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, thanks,
man,
Brandon.
whoever calls their plays, go ahead.
His name is Clint Kubiak.
Oh, my God. Okay, the great Anthony Barr that went to UCLA
who
intercepts the pass,
won the game
right?
for us, and then
Okay, gives Minnesota the ball.
Right.
Okay, these are the plays that Minnesota did. It was a waggle pass to the running back, lost 2 yards. Okay,
I got a point
the
for that.
Waggle pass.
second down and 12. They hand it off. They hand it off, and they lose 3 yards. Now it's 3rd and 15. Oh,
Incomplete to
what are we
Thielen.
going to do? You're going to throw the ball. Yeah, you are going to throw it with Kirk Cousins, probably one of the most terrible acquisitions anybody has ever got.
Well, he's throwing to
Anyway,
Adam Thielen, which was a reasonable person to throw to, but maybe I'm a weir.
Right? So anyway, the only reason I'm watching this game is because the other game is it was overtime and
It's a very
they
good
showed
game.
it. So, and I just see terrible play calling. I went from the Denver Broncos, who they called a perfect game, to this game. And do you really want to win? You're an offensive coordinator, and these are the plays you come up with. Man, you got overtime. We got a second chance. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm just confused, guys. Happy Monday. You guys have a good one.
Run
Anthony
Dalvin
Barr's
Cook,
the
throw it
bomb.
Adam Thielen. Awful. Just didn't get it done. That was funny.
Heck of a breakdown by your guy Bruin James. All right, top of the hour. I got to stop saying that. At 8 o'clock, Danny Gonzalez will be with us. 505-246-0610 if you want to come in. I'm going to give you another number to call. To protect yourself, protect your home, protect your property, protect your business. It's International Protective Service. By now, you know, Aaron Jones and his company IPS is quite passionate about providing security for your home and business. And up until recently, IPS has used their highly trained armed guards, their 24-hour patrols to respond to alarms, typically within 7 minutes or less. Now, IPS will install an alarm system for you as well. That's right. IPS has put alarm systems in homes and businesses, and if they go off, IPS responds. So they got your security covered. You needn't to call anyone else. Their number is 505-897-2420. You can visit them online at ipsglobal.com. They're dedicated to making Albuquerque a safer place to live and work. So if you trust IPS, you get a local company, not a business who sells your security to a national corporate giant who doesn't know Albuquerque like IPS does. They will still respond to any alarm system. But if you don't have an alarm system, call IPS. They'll set one up for you, and you'll have unmatched security. Don't wait to be a victim. Sleep better at night knowing IPS is watching your business. Be confident during the day they've got eyes on your home while you're not there. 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or visit ipsglobal.com.
At Pacific
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services.
All right, we got Lobo football to talk about. You got Aggies get beat by Utah State over the weekend. They were winning at halftime. A lot of missed opportunities for New Mexico State to get a bigger lead, and then Utah State remembered who they are and figured that thing out. We got Lobo women's soccer, JJ, with
Champs.
a 2-1 victory in overtime. Another late goal, not in the last few seconds, but 11 minutes left.
The 80th minute.
To let Boise State
ties it.
Tie it up, yeah. But that's how they roll.
Busted out the championship turquoise uniforms.
Loved them.
First time this season. And who else other than the offensive player there, Jaden Edwards, capitalized off a turnover early in overtime and put away the game winner. They will find out their destination this afternoon.
Got Lobo basketball to talk about. They'll open the season on Wednesday against Florida Atlantic. They look good in the exhibition game against New Mexico Highlands on Friday. I got some thoughts on that. I'm not going to take too much, JJ, out of an exhibition, but they look different. Does that make sense? There's a cockiness to them. There's a swagger, but you can just you see a talent level, right? I mean, their backcourt it could be really.
All you can say right now is they're going to be competitive.
Yeah, I think so.
House and Mashburn are the type of guys that can keep you in games. You figure out some shooting around them. I know they're very high on KJ Jenkins.
Yeah, and he didn't play.
I think Javonte Johnson.
I liked him. Jalen Tovar
is going to settle in. Tovar, it's going to be interesting. I think he's the question mark on this team because he's a talented guy, but is he going to want to play the 5? Is he going to play inside as much as they're going to need him to?
Yeah, they were fun to watch on that night, so we'll see. Sean, you feeling any better than the last time we spoke?
I am. Call me cynical, but I always enjoy when the Cowboys do get beat, and I called the upset of the week.
You called the Jaguars over the Bills?
I did not. I don't think anyone expected that, not even the foolish amongst us.
Well, what was the upset of the week then? If it wasn't the Jaguars over the Bills.
He's talking about the Cowboys-Broncos.
Again, as much as that was a big upset, Jaguars-Bills, what was the bigger upset number-wise, spread-wise? It had to be the Jaguars and Bills.
Yeah, because it was 14.5.
Right. Yeah. All right. Has to be. But long-term, does it say more about how the Cowboys are playing or how the Bills are going to play for the rest of the season?
I don't know if it says much about either. I think they both had bad days. I mean, if you're asking me who am I certain is going to bounce back, I think both of them. But I would if I had to pick one, I would tell you the Bills.
I would agree with you. The biggest thing I admired and got to see over the weekend was that Packers game.
Yeah.
Admired might be the wrong choice of words. Best case scenario for the Packers going into it was Jordan Love lit it up. But how does it go for the Packers now? Do you tuck your tail between your legs and ride with Aaron Rodgers, say, well, we kind of knew about this, we ignored it, whatever. I don't want to get into that side of things. But where does it leave the Packers?
Well, it leaves the Packers where they move on. They're going to take whatever fine or punishment the NFL comes down. I mean, do you ride with Rodgers? Of course you do. He was going to be your quarterback as soon as he clears the protocol anyway, and it's on him now. Look, there's protocol. Of all the things that Aaron Rodgers said, and the Packers are going to have to enforce this, he doesn't get to decide which rules that he's going to follow and which ones he doesn't. And that's really what they're going to have to enforce now. Whether he thinks the masking rule is ridiculous or not, if he's going to work in the NFL, then he's got to abide by them or not be there. He doesn't get to choose which ones that he's going to follow. And so it's really easy if you're the Packers. He comes back when he's ready. You put him in the game, and you follow the protocol of the T and make him realize. And if he doesn't do it, then that's on him. Then he's got to go, and then you got to go to Jordan Love because then you have no choice. I mean, I don't know. Tell me what I'm missing.
He chose the line. End of season, what happens? Obviously, he wants to be elsewhere.
He's gone.
What do the Packers do without him, knowing what they have in Love?
Well, do they know? Hold on. Do you know what they have in Love, or did you see his first start? I mean, is that his career? That one game, is that Jordan Love's career?
No.
How did Trevor Lawrence look in his first game as a starter? How did Trey Lance look? How did Mac Jones look? I mean, how did Baker Mayfield look in his first game? Like, with all due respect, and I hear it and I've read it. So does Jordan Love get one game to make or break his career?
No. He shouldn't, but in the NFL, stranger things have happened.
I get that, but who else's career was decided on their first start? What quarterback? Give me one. You see Peyton Manning in his first year? Did you see Troy Aikman in his first year?
Mike White.
Yeah, right. That's probably right. He's a damn
I
legend.
can give you a list of Jets quarterbacks.
Yeah, but
Geno
they got
Smith,
but they got
career
more than
should be
one
listed
game.
as first
But they
game.
got more than one game. You realize what you had, but I mean, all I'm saying is I get it. He looked ill prepared. And by the way, make 2 field goals and you're still in position to win a game. And he did lead a drive at the end of the game to put him within 1 score. I just really, we watched him one game and that's it. We know what we've got. But in any other quarterback that goes out there, we got to give him a chance. We got to give him a chance. Oh, Jordan Love was horrible. Boy, they got to move on. I'm just not willing to be there yet.
Which is fair.
All right.
I'm not looking to bury the guy after one game. I want to see where the Packers have options.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, and that's it. But where do they go from here? They put Aaron Rodgers back in the lineup and put a mask on him when he goes and does his press conference. Got to hit the break. Thanks, Sean. Am I wrong on the Love thing? Like, tell me where I'm wrong. Give me one other quarterback in the history of the
Yeah.
like
He's sitting behind a great quarterback. They're going to be fine.
I just
people are way too.
Now look, he may
quick.
not be good. He might.
We don't know
It
yet.
might not work. But
We don't know yet.
We got you've been reading it, right? Well, what are they going to do? I don't know. Can we get him better? Run him out there? See what they got? Now, if I'm not promising you it works. But I'm just not willing to pass judgment on one game.
You can't.
That they lost by 6. Danny Gonzalez is next. Talk to Lobo football coach on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs, call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments.
5 years running. This is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and J.J. Buck.
Lobo football turned the ball over 3 times against UNLV on Saturday past. The Rebels came in and ended a 14-game losing streak. New Mexico falls to UNLV at home 31-17 on Saturday. Next up, a trip to Fresno to take on a Fresno State team that got beat up at home by Boise State over the weekend. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. We'll get back to your phone calls coming up in just a bit. This conversation with Danny Gonzalez is sponsored by the law offices of Rudy Chavez. If you need legal help and someone who really cares, call Rudy at 505-242-5500 today and make your legal problems go away. Danny Gonzalez is the head football coach at UNM and joins us this morning. Good morning, Danny. How you doing?
Good morning, guys. Thank you for having me on. We're here plugging away, getting ready for Fresno State.
Appreciate the time. I guess we'll start out with health. I saw, Trey Hall out for the season. Isaiah got beat up. This is one of those years I thought, okay, we went into this. We're not going to have to talk about quarterback every Monday, but I guess we're going to have to kind of talk about quarterback every Monday, aren't we?
I'm with you. I mean, it's kind of where we're at. Hopefully Isaiah will be okay. He sprained his ankle. It's not a high ankle sprain, which is really positive because high ankle sprains take a long time to come back. On the fumble, his first fumble, he actually got one of the defensive linemen that was running to get the ball, got his ankle pretty good. It was a lot worse on film than I thought on Saturday because after he came to the sideline, they actually he thought he was okay to go out, and then that was the next fumble on the very next play. I mean, he took a good shot. He cleared concussion protocol, but he didn't have enough pressure to push off his foot to do what we were doing and give us a chance. So we went with CJ. We'll evaluate them both on Tuesday, tomorrow, to see how they're doing. Terry is still a question mark. I have no idea. So we'll figure that out during the week. We'll probably make a decision early in the week on that so that we know which direction we're going. Hopefully Isaiah, he was okay yesterday. He'll be living in the training room for the next 2 days. But obviously he gave us a chance in the first half up until those fumbles. Now we can't turn the ball over. I mean, right now, Lobo football is a game of what ifs, and we need to solve that.
Terry, been practicing? Have you seen progress? I got to believe. The young man's probably looking at it. There's three games left on his college schedule and his college career. I got to believe he's just jonesing to get back out there and finish this thing with a bang.
Oh, I think he wants to play. It's all about being able to protect himself. It was a pretty gruesome injury, so we'll evaluate it and see where he's at tomorrow when we get out there on the practice field.
Right. When you were talking about after the game, you've got to be able to have a threat to throw the ball. I'm going to ask you a way oversimplified question, but explain to the fan who's sitting there and saying, why don't they throw? Why can't they throw it? What is it a line issue? Is it a receiver issue? Is it a scheme issue? Is it a quarterback issue? For that common fan who's just watching the game and screaming at their TV or screaming at the game, why can't we throw the football?
For sure. The bottom line, throwing the football and trying to be a drop-back pass team, we're not athletic enough up front to be able, and you saw it in the last 3 drives of the fourth quarter. We got to a point where we were down by 14 and had to throw the ball to get back in the game, and we're not capable of protecting the quarterback long enough for the receivers to get open. I don't believe it's a receiver issue. The quarterback is now getting in a panic mode because those guys are getting back there so fast, and athletically we're not good enough to be able to set back and drop back pass. Now, in the first half, obviously we've done some things to be able to give ourselves a chance. We rushed for 260 yards in the first half. The second half, the very first play of the defense does a nice job and gets a turnover on that first drive. And when I said earlier, the Lobo football is a game of what ifs right now, which is really frustrating. The very first play after the turnover, we got 2 guys running wide open down the field, but the tight end tackle on the left side gets beat, and so the quarterback can't see them. The very next drive, we have an opportunity at the run, just like Bobby Cole had the 75-yard touchdown run. We've got another one where Aaron Dumas gets tripped up by a shoestring over there, or it's going to be another 80-yard run. So we've got to continue to figure out how to turn those what-ifs into positive plays, but we're not athletic enough up front to be a straight drop-back team. And we are a one-dimensional football team right now. I mean, we've figured out how to run the football, but we still can't throw it effectively or consistently. And it's no different than what I said, in the press conference and what I've been saying. We can't be a one-dimensional team to compete for championships. So we're trying to give our guys a chance. Obviously, UNLV was playing a lot better. And I said it last week. They were more than capable enough to beat us. And if we turned the ball over like we did, that's what was going to be the result, and that's what happened.
Danny, it's all about moments and learning to make plays as well. And there was, the play right after Bobby Cole has a 75-yard touchdown run. You come out and then UNLV, one play, 75 yards, a touchdown right after you tied the game. What did you see there?
The corner got beat on a double move. Corey Hightower had been getting better, and that was disappointing because you hit it on the nail. We had taken the momentum back, tied the score at 14. We've got to be able to go out there and get the ball back for the offense and not give up a one-play drive. And it was a four-man rush. We're playing kind of a quarters-man coverage, and the corner gets beat on a double move, and we're not fast enough to catch up to him, so they get a 75-yard touchdown and steal the momentum back. The biggest disappointment for me defensively, they didn't get a lot of yards. They didn't do all that. Great, but we did a terrible job of getting off the field on sudden change, which we had been really good at on the year. Going into Saturday, we had turned the ball over 12 times and had only given up 13 points. Well, we gave up 3 turnovers on Saturday and gave up 17 points. And our job is to go out there no matter where the ball is, keep them out of the end zone, and give our offense an opportunity to keep us in the game. And we didn't do that. And then third down, we were 8 of 16, or UNLV's offense was 8 of 16, complete opposite of what we did against Wyoming the week before, being 3 of 12. We've got to be able to get off the field and stop those drives, and we did not do that on Saturday.
Global head football coach Danny Gonzalez joining us on the opening drive. Danny, it is a little bit different offense that C.J. Montez came into. How did you see his progression, the work that he's been putting in?
Well, he's getting the same reps in practice, and he's got some athletic ability. You saw a couple of the runs in the second half where he's able to do some of those things, but we missed a lot of reads. It's obviously new for him. We had a couple of times where if he pulls the ball and gets it pitched out to the perimeter, we've got one on nobody. But that's back to the game of what ifs. We've got to solve those issues to give ourselves a chance to have a chance to win, and we did not do that. So he's still got a long way to go. It's hard for a true freshman to play, especially at quarterback. And people, I had somebody ask me, well, Trevor Lawrence did it at Clemson. You're right. He's also starting for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But for a true freshman to come in and play, they have and be successful, they have to be surrounded by extreme talent, and we're not there yet.
Yeah, and I don't know if people understand that. All right, Fresno State's coming up. Here was a team that was ranked in the college football playoff ranking last week, got beat pretty handily by a good, an angry, good Boise State team. And look, Boise State's record is what it is, but I also look back and look at some of those games, and it could be dramatically different. It's a team you beat last year that's got a lot of talent and a quarterback who's been playing at a high level and a defense that up until last week had been playing at a high level too.
Absolutely. The quarterback, Jay Kaner, is really, really good. He sits in the pocket. He's a tough guy, too. You can see he gets beat up during games, but he doesn't come out. He stays in there and fights and battles. Athletically, at receiver, they're very talented. James Cropper might be one of the best in our league. And then Ronnie Rivers, seems like Ronnie Rivers has been around for 20 years. Right. He was back and healthy on Saturday and did some good things. But Boise State got after him. Now, Boise State played really good on defense. And then Hank Brockmeyer, Boise State's quarterback, had a great day, probably the best he's had in the last 3 weeks. And they did. That game was in Fresno, which is very uncommon for Fresno to get beat like that at home. So we've got a great week of preparation to give ourselves a chance. I know our kids will show up and fight. I really like the competitive spirit of our team and what they try and do. What we need to capitalize on, one, we've got to practice better on the moments of preparing to win so that we don't have issues like Saturday and all those what-ifs become that was a great play. And then their fight, they're willing to show up and fight, and that's part of the building process of what we're trying to do around here.
And they sold that building out for that game. That was a big one up there. Hey, I know I'm not asking you to comment on anybody specifically, but recruiting in I know the state of New Mexico has been a priority I'm going to ask you, as you guys are out recruiting, we talked to a young man locally who verbally committed. Again, I'm not asking you to talk about anybody specifically who's not, but it feels like there's a good response as you are going out and your coaches are going out recruiting and you build this thing. And I know that gives you a lot of good feeling for the future and what's coming up. So I'm going to ask you in a general sense how recruiting is going from your perspective.
Honestly, I think recruiting is going great. Recruiting is all about relationships. Obviously, you have to be willing to work to evaluate and go find talent because we're not going to beat the San Diego States, the Boise States in our league. So we have to find guys and evaluate and project guys that are going to be good enough to beat them. And I think we're doing a great job. And I think you can get testament by that by looking at what's happening on Saturdays. Outside of Bobby Cole, all of our big playmakers and everybody that's having success are kids that we've recruited in the last 2 years. Ronald Wilson, that interception he made in the third quarter on Saturday night was a great play, and that's by a true freshman. Tavian Combs is playing really well. Ray Luatele, Deion Hunter, those guys are doing some really good things up front. Now, Joey Noble's another one that was here that has done some great things. That's just a testament to we're finding some young guys that can compete at this level. The state of New Mexico, the hardest thing right now in the state of New Mexico since I've been here as the head football coach in December of 19, because of COVID, we have not had a chance to go out spring recruiting. We have not had a chance to go out on the road. And I made a big emphasis of we're going to visit every single high school in the state of New Mexico. Unfortunately, it's all been phone or Zoom so far. So I know there's a lot of great players down in Las Cruces, and there's a lot of great players in Lovington and Hobbs that we need to go get to that'll give us a chance in the end of December and January to get out there and go visit those places. And then the footprint of our area, Texas, Colorado, Arizona, California, Nevada, we had an opportunity during the bye week to get out there and see some kids, and then we had 4 official visits over the weekend and had a very positive weekend even with the loss. Guys that are competitors that believe that they can come in and help us change this program and do the things that everybody around here wants to do. So I think that aspect of it is going great. And the most important piece to this deal is if you want to be a great coach, you better have great players. And are we going to be the most talented team? No, we don't have to be. We will have enough talent to win championships if we make them tough enough. So I think the recruiting aspect of it is going great and going in the right direction.
Now, Danny, part of making them tough enough is the expectations you set, the type of practices that you want to see from your team. How is this squad dealing with that, and are you seeing the response to the way you want to practice, what you want your team to do throughout the week?
That's a great question, JJ, and that's still a part of the big part of the learning process, and that takes time for the older guys to understand. And as we go through this, the 2 classes that we have so far are starting to understand. So we've got some young guys on our team, the Aaron Dumases, the Ray Luateles, and the Luke Weissongs, who are really becoming vocal leaders. You have to be a great player to be a vocal leader and people to listen. And those guys are proving their worth and proving what they can do. So that's helping because they're understanding the culture that we want to set, and that'll be a 4 or 5 year deal now that those guys understand. Practicing, coaches always want to practice better and practice harder. The thing I can take away from that right now is we do a lot. We have a great expectation. Practice is not easy. The weight room is not easy, what we do. And as we go through these things where we lose to like UNLV or we lost the 5 games earlier, the opportunity for guys to quit, walk away, and say, you know what, I ain't dealing with this. It's too hard. It's not something that I want to do. And I keep offering it to them. Hey, if what we're asking you to do is something you don't want to be a part of, that's okay. It's not for everybody. And we have not had anybody quit yet. So I keep opening that door, honestly hoping somebody will take it so that we can see if there's some weak links, and they're not willing to yet. So that just shows you the competitive spirit that these kids have. We just need to get better as football players.
Danny, always appreciate the time of the conversation. Safe travels to Fresno. Best of luck against the Bulldogs. We'll catch up with you during the week and then again next Monday.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on all the time and all you do for college football and local football. Jeff, JJ, thank you guys. Anne-Marie, you guys, good luck next week with your betting lines and all that fun stuff. At least it makes the games more entertaining. You guys have a great day. Go Lobos.
See you. That's why I don't do it. See you, Danny. That's why I don't do it. I just know what.
I say I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to be right back at that sports bet next Sunday.
I know what I'm not good at. And as much as people always say, what do you think? I'm like, don't ask me because I don't
know.
Conversation with Danny Gonzalez, sponsored by the law offices of Rudy Chavez. Personal care for your legal issues. Call Rudy at 505-242-5500 today and make your legal problems go away. You can respond to what you heard next. Bottom 8 8:30 this morning. We will talk with Mario Mocha, the athletic director at New Mexico State, on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Yep.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
101.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Said ask Gonzalez, who's the backup quarterback, if Wilson, Chavez, and Hall are unavailable. Well, it's Montez. I didn't need to ask him that. You saw it the other day. That was from Lobo Hobo. Who is the backup quarterback if Wilson, Chavez, and Hall's out? If Wilson and Chavez aren't available, which was the case the other day, it was C.J. Bontes. That was easy. Lobo Hobo says it's Fresno State's Cherry Blazer game, is it? How many times is Pat Hill going to remind us? Going to remind his guys this week that Lobo football with a fifth-string walk-on quarterback hung 50 points on him last season. Cost the Bulldogs a chance at a bowl game. It did last year, actually. They probably would have been in Frisco Kirky for the New Mexico Bowl last year had they won that game. I think they would have gone 5-3, and yeah, that's how that would. But they didn't. Pat Hill's no longer the coach. He's on the radio broadcast. Do you know that? Maybe we'll reach out to Pat this week, which wouldn't be bad. So how much do you think Kalen DeBoer leans on that? This is an interesting week for them.
A little bit, but then he can just go.
Did you see what happened last
what
week?
happened when you all played Boise at home in front of a sold-out crowd?
Well,
worked.
And you were playing for the conference championship at that point, right? You were in a situation where you were in the college football playoff standings, the rankings, and you thought this was the year. And Boise State just came in and blew you out the built. And Boise State now is 5-4. This is an interesting Boise State team because if you look at how they lost to Central Florida and how they lost to Oklahoma State, and I mean they could be a lot better, but they're not. They are what you think they are. San Diego State and Nevada, the winner of that game is going to have the path to the West Championship. That game's coming up. It looks like San Diego State beat Hawaii over the weekend. On the other side, I mean, who do you think comes out of the other side? Because if you think Utah State's running the table, maybe they will. They got San Jose State, Wyoming, and UNM. Do they run the table? They have San Jose State, Wyoming, and UNM. They could. And Utah State, who was picked at the bottom of the division with New Mexico, may end up playing for a championship. San Diego State has got Nevada this week. And then they end with Boise State. I mean, it's hard for me to think that they're going to win both of those.
Yeah, especially
they're both at home in Carson. Wouldn't this be the year for the stadium? What a great schedule it would have been for the first year of this stadium.
It would have been
Utah,
phenomenal.
Nevada, Boise State. I mean, they're a year late on that thing. It would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, they're not going to win both those games.
It's going to be tough.
I think they're going to split them. The one thing with the Aztecs is they're so hard to watch offensively.
It's
so hard.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
17-10 victory for them in Hawaii on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a struggle. Garcia said Boise State looked nice, Jeffy. Saturday pretty much cements its mercenary time for Lobo football quarterback in 2022. You haven't seen enough from the young guys that you don't at least take out an insurance policy. I think you need a veteran competition at that position. What he's saying is bringing a transfer again for next year at quarterback. I mean, there's going to be people who scream at you, Isaiah Chavez is your guy. He's got to be your guy. Isaiah Chavez is the guy. Isaiah Chavez is okay. Is he? I mean, when you look, who do you think, if I was going to ask you right now, is the quarterback for next year, starting quarterback, is he on campus?
The starting quarterback for game 1 of next season.
Is he on campus?
Yes.
Okay, and it will be?
Isaiah Chavez.
Interesting. Okay, Bear Malachuk?
Yeah, at some point you're going to have to also see if one of these recruits will pop. Because they got to play. So.
No, look.
And that's the challenge now where people say, well, just play him out the rest of the season. Okay, but if you go into next year and you don't have a transfer quarterback come in, it's different for the young quarterback as opposed to still letting Terry Wilson, if he's healthy enough, play football.
Yeah. Tella says, has it really gotten to this, Jeff? Friday night I saw Lobo fans taking names and seat numbers of other fans not wearing masks. I'm sure Nunez inbox is full this morning. I'm afraid this is not going to end well. You're going to see fans fight inside the pit. I don't know that you are or not. It seemed like most fans, I was there, most fans were wearing their masks. There were some noses hanging out. I was eating something, and the gentleman next to me had his mask off, and He drank some water, and then when he wasn't drinking the water, the usher did come over and ask him to pull his mask up above his face. I had our nice Cumulus. I don't know that I'll ever get those again. Those are pretty sweet.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. I mean, we get good seats when we go.
I've seen them before, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Special seats.
I got them for the New Mexico Highlands game.
Yeah.
Think they'll
like, how about that New Mexico State game? Are they available?
for
No.
the San Diego State game? Who are you? But it was nice. All right, when we come back, New Mexico State is going to Conference USA. However, it will be constructed when they get there. New Mexico State, Liberty, Sam Houston, and Jacksonville State all accepted invitations officially announced on Friday to join Conference USA. What does it mean? How did it go? And what's next for Aggie athletics, including football? Moving forward, their athletic director, Mario Mocha, will be with us next. So stick around for that. I want to tell you about on-the-spot automotive detailing. OTS came out and detailed my car about a month ago, maybe 5 weeks ago now. Unbelievable work. Inside, outside, under the hood, the tires, the rims. It was like the day I took it off the lot. I mean, that's they detail your vehicle, and they're as good as anybody out there ever to do this. It's just phenomenal. They spent 3 hours on my vehicle. The beauty is they come to you wherever, whenever it's convenient for you. I was in the office. I was busy. They were out in the parking lot. They were busy. They detailed my vehicle. This is such a phenomenal service. If you are looking for a gift, it's holiday season, and you're looking for that gift for that person who buys everything for themselves, this is a great one. Everybody will love this. Everybody who's got a vehicle wants it detailed. I did, and I got it done, and I couldn't have been happier with the guys from On the Spot and what they did. Now they got ceramic coating, which is the best way to protect any paint for years to come. They offer corrections for scratches and asphalt removal. Your car will look like new again, and they apply the ceramic coating by hand. It makes it last longer. Book your appointment now. Call On the Spot Automotive Detailing at 505-859-2859. 505-859-2859, or go to www.otsdetailing.com.
You don't have to wait until Black Friday to get a doorbuster.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico used
The Sports Animal.
Well, it's been no secret at New Mexico State. Powers that be have been looking to find a conference for the athletic teams at New Mexico State, which sponsors FBS football, Division I football, some of you may know it as. And on Friday, it was announced officially that New Mexico State will take all of its sports to Conference USA. It'll be a new look Conference USA, and by the time the Aggies join July 1st of 2023, I don't know that we all know exactly who will be in Conference USA, but it was a move for the Aggies that will give them access to funding from College Football Playoff, from conference bowl alignments, scheduling opportunities, and a move that they had to make, and they are now in an FBS conference. The opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. The athletic director at New Mexico State University is Mario Mocha. He joins us on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Congratulations, Mario. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. And, man, you just kind of hit all the points, so I don't know how much we're going to get
thanks
out
for
of this
joining
segment,
us. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just talk about the process, if you will, because we had a lot of debate here about the uncertainty of what the league is going to look like, Conference USA. What will it look like going forward? And there was conversation, would it have been worth staying in the WAC until they got up, hopefully, to FBS football? And I think we all landed on, look, worry about that then. It's kind of like a pitcher, you have your best pitcher in Game 6, you're down 3 games to 2. Do you hold him for Game 7? Well, no, you got to throw him, and you got to hope to get to Game 7. It feels like you got to throw your eggs in the basket here and do what you got to do to survive and thrive now, and let's worry about that down the road.
Well, I think you're spot on. I had attended in September, and if we have time after you ask me questions, I do have a great story to tell about Conference USA. But I was in Washington, D.C. We had our Lead One ADs meeting. That's all, 130 FBS ADs. Eddie Nunez was there from New Mexico, Jim Center from UTEP. And, man, the real tenor of the room was, it didn't seem to be, hey, let's let more people, transition. So I just felt that was not going in a great direction to have more schools be able to transition in the future. So, my talking point was always, hey, the WAC could add football, or, all the schools that are playing FCS could transition, but there were some schools who were much more anxious to transition than others. I won't name the others, but, like a Tarleton State, a Sam Houston State, I mean, they have the infrastructure, they have the money, they have the backing of their systems, and they wanted to do it. But, there were some others that, hey, it would be a tremendous expense for them to do it. So obviously joining an existing conference that's a founding member of the College Football Playoff, the CFP, became really, really attractive to us. And even after, we were the longest tenured member of the WAC since 2005. When we depart, it'll be 18 years. But finding football a home, became paramount to our conference decision-making.
Mario, what does this do potentially for the university financially? Because the CFP payments, I know those can vary, but having the fact that Conference USA doesn't have to transition, they have these connections, FBS Football League, just how does that help the overall athletic department moving forward?
Sure. Well, I think there's three big things, but number one, financially, as an FBS independent member, we do have a slice of CFP money, and that's paid in the form of our, as long as we have our APR score and academic benchmark, we get about $300,000 annually. The rest of the College Football Playoff that's not independent, they have access to monies based on conference performance. So, obviously you've got the Power Five is going to be 1 through 5, and then you've got, the other 5 leagues. And depending on how the Mountain West, the MAC, the Sun Belt, the American, and Conference USA does, they line you up and you get a payout according to how your conference did. Well, that payout last year was more than 5 times what we're currently getting. So financially it makes for a better deal by far. But also the other things, and Jeff had mentioned it, the bowl tie-ins. We were very fortunate after a great experience at the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. We did a 2-year agreement that had expired. We were very fortunate, with conversations with the New Mexico Bowl as well as ESPN that we have an agreement with that bowl structure as well. But as an independent, that's about as good as you can do. Here, there's a bowl structure in place for the conference. And then, you know what? You get to play for a conference championship. And, I think a lot of people love the fact that we're playing like 7 Mountain West Conference teams on our schedule or whatever it is. But quite frankly, we would be low in terms of a budget from the Mountain West Conference. So I do think this opportunity in Conference USA affords us an opportunity, if we can, get it rolling here to win a few conference games as well and play for a championship.
New Mexico State Athletic Director Mario Mocha joining us on the opening drive. And, yeah, finances, it's a part of it. College athletics, there's a business side to it, but there's also the competitive side to it. And when you look at it for your basketball programs, of course, men's basketball has been doing some great things for you for a while now at New Mexico State. How important was it to have a school like Liberty come along that you can add to UTEP and La Tech for your other Olympic sports?
Well, La Tech has had good basketball. Liberty's had really good mid-major basketball. Western Kentucky, New Mexico State. So, yeah, this has the makings. Now I know it was reconstituted, but last year Conference USA, I think, was 15th overall, and the WAC, we had slipped a little bit to 30th. Now, I know it's going to be a different league for both going forward, but I do think there's some pieces for a really good basketball league and, creation of new rivalries. And, hopefully we can keep the Grand Canyon game. Obviously, we'll always keep the New Mexico game. UTEP now becomes a conference game in the near future, so we'll have to figure out what we'll do from a scheduling standpoint. But, at New Mexico State, while football definitely is the driver in conference realignment, you also have to keep a good sharp eye on basketball because that's one of our, our big time programs here.
Mario, how much did the conversations looking forward, the uncertainty of who's going to be in the league, and there's still the talk about Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee, and I'm sure you guys are. I'm not in your meetings, but I know what I've been hearing with UMass, Connecticut. There's still a lot of different schools that are thrown around. I don't know how much you obviously feel comfortable with the way the conference will be constructed.
Yeah, I do. I mean, right now there's 9 schools. You're right. Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky, we're being courted, or, however you want to call it, by the Mid-America Conference. I've talked to some of my Mid-America Conference ADs that are friends of mine. I've talked to Brian at Western Kentucky and Chris Massaro at Middle Tennessee State. It's obviously, you don't discuss everything, but it's going to be interesting. There was an article today that said it's 50-50. Now, look, we're focused on the 9 schools. If there is a change, in that, I think the remaining 7 schools, ADs and presidents and the commissioner, Judy McLeod, would get together and decide, hey, what are we going to do for an 8th member? Because that's what you have to have 8 members that play everything in the conference. And I know that there is a tremendous amount of FCS schools still looking to transition, and there's maybe some possibilities with others who are in other leagues. So that's one. And then you hit it on the head. There's the affiliate football piece. New Mexico State and Idaho were affiliate members in the sport of football only to the Sun Belt for 4 years. And you have UConn and UMass. And I can't speak for, UConn. I do talk to Ryan Bamford, the AD at UMass, a lot. And I know that is something they would be interested in. But now we're in a league, and we have to see what, is best for us. Obviously, if you have 9 members, it kind of looks like 8 conference games, and you play your 4 non-conference, and that would be a fun change to only have to schedule 4 games instead of 12 and 13.
Mario Moch is the athletic director of New Mexico State, with us for a few more minutes.
Mario, something you mentioned at the beginning of the conversation is other Division I athletic directors kind of hesitant on maybe adding more mouths to feed overall to Division I athletics. And as you've navigated this, I'm sure that whiteboard probably looks like an NFL draft board at times, trying to put all these pieces together. What is the sense that you get moving forward with Division I athletics? Is it going to be what we see it today, or could we even see the power teams, quote unquote, power conference teams, try to split away? Where is Division I athletics today?
Well, I think there's 2 things. You hit the nail on the head. It is like split down the middle. Do you get more teams to kind of as a hedge, as an insurance, if there's more movement, or do you skinny down? And if, a team is, quote unquote, not looking like they're going to help you in the near future, why do you want to split the pie anymore? So it all depends. Obviously, the SEC thought Texas and Oklahoma added a lot of value, so they're going to 16. So that's a great question. I do think, and there was 85 ADs that were in that room in Washington, D.C., out of the 130 total athletic directors. And it sure seemed to me that maybe not that there was this dragging split like there was with the Autonomous 5 and the Group of 5, or the Power 5 and the Group of 5 like there was a few years ago, but it sure didn't look like there was interest from the group from letting a whole lot more people into that club. So that's where I think it is. I would think that the transitioning schools, in my opinion, if they don't do it now, my gut tells me that might not be available in the near future. And then, so that's where I think it is right now.
All right. Lastly, we've had a lot of conversation about football and where it is, and Doug's with us every Tuesday, and he said some things. Last week, he really got a lot of conversation on our show that he hasn't been recruiting because his contract's up, and that he said there's been no conversation. I think JJ, what he said we're recruiting, or we're finishing out this year and we move on, and whatever that means. I know you've heard the comments, and Doug said it on other platforms too. Where are you as far as your conversations with Doug, football coaching, and your football program moving forward with your head coach?
Sure. Well, the contract situation. I mean, I won't talk specific personnel issues, and I won't. And I hope you guys can understand that. But we had talked prior to the season. We got dealt a really tough hand. And, when we didn't get to play, and that's the benefit of a conference. New Mexico was in the same boat as New Mexico State, but they were members of the Mountain West, who really helped them find a home in Nevada and Las Vegas to play their games and have a weight room and play. But, we had none of that. So not only did we not get to play any games or really practice in the fall, when the spring rolled around, there was still a ton of mandates. We really couldn't do anything in the state, as you recall, till January. So then, we're not prepared to play those two games. They're what people perceived as inferior opponents, and we lose one, and we win one, and everybody was upset. But you got to look past that. But at the end of the day, we had talked about the contractual situation, with my superiors, and it is what it is. And I've heard all of Doug's things, and I certainly wish after that bowl game that there was more an investment. But I know what the investments were afterwards. It wasn't nothing.
You added to the recruiting budget, the nutrition budget, the charter flight budget. I mean, there are things that you all did and you found. Now, I understand there's an issue with the building and the locker room, and you probably need a new building. But it's not like you didn't do anything.
Well, no. I mean, what happened was, if you recall, I won't get too deep into it because I know we're short on time, but the Regents, they didn't necessarily give us a dime more, but what they did was they extended that debt payment that we have, that we can't get paid off. They just pushed that down the road several years. So what that did was free up some money, right? They took some of our mortgage payments off of the books and they pushed it down the road. And out of that, about $600,000, we put $373 to football. So, we hired the 9th and 10th coach, which is what you were allowed to. We were only coaching with 8 coaches. We put in $100,000 for head coach and assistant salaries. Doug very magnanimously did not take everything. I think he only took 40 or 60, but I mean, he took a big portion he sent to the assistant coaches because our head coach was second to last in the country. The assistants were dead last as a pool. And then we put $100,000 to recruiting. But certainly, I wish we could do more. I wish our deficits could get wiped out annually, but that I can't speak for why that doesn't happen here, other than maybe we don't have the money. But we certainly need to do more from a capital standpoint. I know there's a massive disparity. Over $30 million in capital outlay monies with us in UNM athletics from 2005 to 2018, and I've got to do a better job in Santa Fe up there.
Maybe this is the year.
And,
maybe there's
it is. And, it's just, here's the reality, though. Our school has more needs, in my opinion, than, the school that we're compared to up north. The focus on capital outlay money is just going to intercollegiate athletics is not the same.
Understood.
So, I mean, I'll still, do everything I can to, to get our piece of the pie. I didn't even ask him if I was allowed to do this, but I did see Senator Mark Moores, the famous Lobo offensive lineman, when I was working there. He chose to wear his bright cherry red shirt, but he didn't have a logo on it. So, he's evolving a little bit, but he still gave me a hard time.
Hey, I got to go. We've blown this segment to shreds. I appreciate you spending some time with us, and congratulations on the conference.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, be well. Mario Mocha, the NMSU athletic director on the opening drive.
Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year. It's amazing.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Global Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
The energy landscape.
On Rome. And there's only one home for Rome. The Jim Rome Show is up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, so this is going to be obviously really quick, and we went along with Mario, and it was well worth going along with him, and you can respond to whatever you heard. Obviously, there's some uncertainty, but they did their homework, and hopefully that explains to you why it was better to go to Conference USA than wait for the WAC to catch up.
Yes. My take was very cold, and it was the wrong thought process at the end of it. But once you talk through listening to Mario talk about how some of the D1 FBS ADs are like, I don't really know if we want to keep adding to this pie. That changes things because it looked like there was a solid potential future for a WAC FBS conference because you have a stronghold in Texas.
It may still be, but...
It's still a possibility. But you get that uncertainty. The time frame on that pushes you towards Conference USA. It is the bird in the hand now.
I just think you've got to get through now, and then you worry about what happens. I mean, Sam Houston just changed conferences for the second time in a year, right?
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're going to play WAC for a season, and then we're going to Conference USA.
That's right. So it was the right thing, the right time, and now move forward. In the contract situation, I'm not sure if you got any clarity on that. All right. Reset for you at the top of the hour. Cowboy fan, you are quiet today.
Crickets.
I mean, I'm here. We're not ramming it today. Boy, we got it rammed. I'll tell you that. All right, A-Marie, we got you there. See? With all that sweat, we're home. Adrian's producing on TV. Adrian on the A-Marie on the radio side. I'm merely Jeff Symbieta with JJ Buck. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Chris Rose with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One radio.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker
do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
If they're not that proud of us. Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
All right, let's reset your top of the hour. Broncos beat the Cowboys, and Cowboy fan has been silent. Raiders get beat. Rams get beat. Bills get beat by the Jaguars. What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on around here? It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck in a week-to-week league. That was a week beyond all others. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, A. producers on the radio side, Adrian on the TV side. You heard from Danny Gonzalez this morning. He is the Lobo football coach after a 31-17 loss to UNLV. You heard from Mario Mocha, the athletic director at New Mexico State, after the Aggies and NMSU on Friday announced that they are joining Conference USA, and the reasons why. And it's just as unstable as that conference may look from the outside, it's more stable than any other option they had. That's the bottom line.
And it's a really weird time right now at New Mexico State, because I think more people will come around on Conference USA. I think the majority were there. I did see some people kind of question it, going like, what's this going to be? Because while you have financial stability, this and that, I think one of the things that gets lost in all this is the ability for your fans to actually go to games. And a lot of times you're like, oh, TV money, college football playoff money. Well, are your fans going to be able to make any trip whatsoever? One and done, what are those games going to be? Of course, they're still always going to go to the UTEP game. It's right there. But when it's all said and done, you need the money to survive. College athletics is big business, and this is the guarantee that you're going to an FBS conference. You're going to have all those things in front of you, and it's going to be quality basketball league. You keep La Tech, UTEP, Liberty, and see what happens after that, because MTSU, Western Kentucky, sitting there.
Hopefully they
50-50,
stay.
But as I kind of got off of my tangent, what I was getting back to is people are done with Doug Martin. That last interview we had with him on Tuesday is the one that blew up. When he was talking about not recruiting, just playing the season out, fans are done. And they're wondering why he's still there, if that's the case.
All right, 505-246-0610. Let's go. Jess, you're up. Good morning.
Ouye, el jefe. So, judging by the accent, that Sean guy's from across the pond, right?
Yes, that's right.
And he hates the Cowboys. He gets happy when they lose. Wow. Even the old Republic hates you. What a shame. That made me happy.
Yeah, it should.
I guess we'll move on to the next thing. Did you see the seats that Jordan Love's mom and girlfriend were at?
Yeah. They couldn't got any higher, could they?
Oh, God, I wish I was in those seats because I had to watch it in HD. I actually envied his mom and girlfriend. So I went back and looked at the stats of the three rookie quarterbacks you mentioned that started this year, and they were all better.
Okay.
They all were better. And here's the other thing. Those three guys, maybe Zach Wilson, we'll see, but at least they looked like they could make NFL throws. They looked like NFL quarterbacks. They looked like possibly the future of their teams. I'm trying to still figure that out. And I keep hearing this morning from a lot of Packer fans, probably it's been 50-50, 50 that think it was terrible, and then 50% that think he played good. Like, they use the word good. Decent, I mean, that's even a stretch.
He missed basic throws, Jess. There's throws he's got to make. And look, you can miss a throw here and there. He regularly missed throws, so he didn't play well. My whole thing is I'm just not ready to decide this guy's career on one start. I'm just not.
I'm not either, but there's nothing that he's done in any of the preseason games he's played in or anything that has showed me. I mean, their offense was the exact same thing in the preseason. They lost all 4 preseason games. Aaron Rodgers never played one snap. Their offense didn't move, and they were terrible on third down. I think they ended up 2-12 on third down. You were going to lose every single game. You might as well play for the Lions if you're going to do that on third down. And I keep hearing this, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Well, you're comparing a turd sandwich to a turd sandwich, and one was less soggy. I mean, that's a terrible argument. At least Patrick Mahomes has won a Super Bowl, and we know he can play in the NFL. I'm just saying, there's a Packer fan page. I don't even think it's a fan page. It's out of Wisconsin that names Jordan Love the player of the game. That's a travesty, especially on how that defense played. That defense did everything they could to get that kid a win. Now, maybe the long snapper and
the holder,
the field goal, Mason Crosby.
Wow.
I'm telling you, we need to get Jim Carrey on this. Ace Ventura needs to come out here because Lace is out, bro.
It's not that hard.
But, I mean, you give up those 2, and the punt was bad, too, or barely nicked the guy, and they had the ball on the 15-yard line. At least Patrick Mahomes scored on that. And you talked about the big chunk yards. You got 190 yards. About 3 passes he threw up that looked like, I don't know if you've ever played duck hunt. The only thing that was missing from those passes was a dog on the sideline laughing at it. And they were able to somehow come down and bring him. You take those 3 passes away, he had about 120 yards and was absolutely inefficient.
I got it.
I was begging for Blake Bortles in the third quarter because I figured it couldn't get any worse.
Going to get better with Blake Bortles. All right. Yeah, you get your guy back next week. I'm going to move because I got every line full, but I appreciate your vent.
We them boys.
See you. It's a good vent, and he's not really. That's a Packer fan who's just like, I know what I saw. Give me just, and I'm not willing to trash the whole thing, but give me something to just kind of get somewhat excited about. Give me something. He missed a lot of open throws.
He did.
Wayne, good morning. How are you, sir?
Hey, the more things they change, the more things they say the same. Just still ranting and raving. It's kind of crazy to still hear him on the radio. He definitely, the Stephen A. Smith of Albuquerque, definitely speaks in absolutes and knee jerks to every little thing. So that definitely seems like he's true to his form still. So it's always good to hear that as well. But I mean, I definitely want to chime in on the Cowboys because I think, not to take anything away from the Broncos, it definitely came to play. But the Cowboys, it just shows that the little nuances of the game, how much it impacts it. I think McCarthy's coaching of trying to be overly cautious and not giving Dak a lot of reps during time of injury, it definitely shows in his performance last night or yesterday. And the lack of good offensive linemen definitely impacted as well. Denver does have a good pass rush, and it did impact the timing of Dak as well. So I think sometimes people overlook certain players and how much of an impact they cause or by not being on the team. So I think that also impacted the team as well. And I actually think the Cowboys kind of came into that game with the mindset that they were more of a dominant team and was going to take away. And I think they really played very lackadaisical initially, and then they started to try to pick it up. But by then, the momentum was already gone. So it's frustrating to watch as a fan. But hopefully that's just not like a litmus test and not be knee-jerk and say, oh, the season's over. But it's definitely I wouldn't mind losing. I would even mind losing. I mean, I would have taken that loss last week without Dak Prescott. But to lose that and lose in that fashion is definitely detrimental to the team. But I just wanted to chime in on that, guys. I think it's good to hear you guys still on the radio. It's good to hear you guys still out there chiming to hear all the other callers still chirping the way. But I think nobody can read knee-jerk to any player, especially even Jordan Love, because, I mean, Peyton Manning, his rookie season, he did horrible. And look at him as voted as one of the best quarterbacks. I can't think we can never do that for any player because everybody has to kind of come and acclimate to their own team. And You can't always compare everybody to everybody right away. You have to give them a chance and see what they're
it's
about.
A sample size of one. Hey, good to hear you. Don't be a stranger. It's just good to hear you back in. Thanks, Wayne.
Take care.
All right, 246-0610. Why can't I get rid of that? Thank you. All right, do I have time for one more? You want me to break? Well, I mean, this isn't short. Hello, Edward.
Well, good morning.
How are
nice
you?
to hear your guys' voices. Good to hear Wayne.
Yeah.
Jeff, great reference. What is it, Duck Hunt? That was a great, where the dog actually would peer up and laugh at you.
Yeah.
That made me laugh. Real quick on Mario, thank you for having Mario on and sharing his perspective. When you get different perspectives, we've obviously have gotten Doug's over the past few weeks. You learn the nuances and the intricacies of the budget, and I thought that was very good information. And good use of the word magnanimous when he said that Doug didn't take all the money and shared it. That's very benevolent of Doug. So I appreciate that. I think we learn and we evolve and we get better. So Lobo football, I don't follow it judiciously. I think when you lose to a winless team at home, the team's the program is making strides. But I'm not going to call the loss inexcusable, but it's pretty close, and you got to win those games. But progress it's incremental, and that's what we're doing here at UNM. So no shame to anyone. In the NFL, how'd you like to be the Cincinnati Bengals, the number 1 seed 2 weeks ago? Now you're out of the playoffs if they started today. That's how quickly things turn. The Cowboys, I think they just had a bad day. It just wasn't their day. Guys were off. One thing I could say with certainty, though, when you can't stop the run, you're not going to win playoff games. When you pitch left or run left against that Cowboys defense, there's gaping holes consistently. And, every team has deficiencies, but that's why you don't hang banners in late October. You don't hang championship banners. The NFL season's really broken into the first 6 or 7 games, and then the second part of the season, and then post-Thanksgiving in the playoff run. So it flips quickly. Buffalo Bills, their wins, 2 against Miami, Washington football team, the Texans, and a really bad Chiefs team at that point. Those are their 5 wins. Guess who's creeping up on them?
New England
Guess
Patriots.
who's playing great defense?
New England.
Guess whose quarterback starting to manage the offense? And having said that, they'll probably lose this weekend because they have the Browns at home. But it's very, very interesting. And the Rams, who I believe are a huge threat, Jeff, there's a little bit of front runner in them. When they get up on people, they take them down. When they fall behind, things kind of, a little bit. But I think that they're going to be a hard out. And when they get Von Miller going, it's going to be a dogfight. But thoroughly enjoyed this weekend's games.
Good stuff.
I think the NFL is going to flip, and those that are excelling now might pull back. Defenses are catching up, and these track meet games that we've been watching the first half of the season, those games are going to tighten up, and those that execute are going to win. So
defense plays.
Very good.
All right, man. Good to hear you.
Thanks for taking my thoughts.
Appreciate you. Oh, it's a really good call. Look out for New England, by the way. That rookie quarterback's playing well. That defense is playing well. Did you watch them run the football yesterday? All right, 2 lines open, 505-246-0610. We'll continue with you when we return.
Score 54 points on the Jets, and everyone believes in you now. Look out for Mac Jones. Well, you know what? You want to be the best version of yourself and have people looking out for you. F45 training, 45 minutes, high-intensity interval training, full-body functional fitness. The time is now. Don't wait. Don't look to January 1st, get caught up in the rush, and do what everyone else is doing. Start right now. If you want to change, if you want to just start feeling better, get to the gym right now. F45 training, 45 minutes, high-intensity interval training. It's a fantastic workout. Classes available 7 days a week. Don't have to worry about the gym being too busy or you not being able to use any of the weights, because when you download the app, you sign up for your 7-day free trial, you book your class on the app, your spot is locked in. They don't overbook. The programs are set up, good to go. Once you arrive, you start your warm-up, coaches say, boom, go, and you get your workout done. Great atmosphere, great team training environment, very welcoming, and it's time to do it right now. So check them out, F45training.com. Download the app, get in and get going. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments.
The Jim Rome Show is up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, back at it. And your phone calls, 505-246-0610. We've talked with Mario Mocha. Danny Gonzalez, we got a full weekend of crazy NFL results. It's all there for you for the taking. Marty, hello. Thanks for holding.
Hey, guys. I wanted to chat about several things. I hadn't had a chance to chime in on the United issue. First thing, Cowboys, week to week, fellas. Let's not get all excited and get our panties in a whirl here, man. It's week to week. Now, I do say, obviously, I think the layoff for Dak kind of showed he kind of missed, I thought, on 3 touchdowns. Typically, he gets those. If you look at the statistics, he typically gets those. He missed maybe CeeDee Lamb on 2 and certainly Cedric Wilson on that 1. He had nobody if he gets that 4th down completion. McCarthy's kind of a knucklehead. He is what he is. You gotta hope that the talent overcomes some of his coaching antics. It is what it is. Now he's still an NFL coach. He's won in the past. We'll see how it goes. I think for them, the telling sign would be the Kansas City game when they play on the road. You go there and lay a big old fat 0 there, then, that's going to be more concerns going down. It's a loss. They were kind of due for it. A lot of disrespect towards Denver, the spread. These guys are pros. You don't think they take some pride hearing all that talk about they're no good now that Von Miller's gone? You don't think they're going to take some pride? And it's not college football. We got to stop treating the NFL like it's college football. We have power rankings, and, it's not college football. This is the NFL. These guys suit up. That's why the spreads are harder. That's why it's harder to bet on the NFL. It's just a different game. We got to just stop doing that. We get too, let's just see how it plays out. On the Lassane thing, I thought the reason he got fired, and I felt that he could potentially, and I know they didn't bring him back. He didn't get fired. He didn't sign a contract. He got fired. It's because whenever you have a lead or when, a game is tied, in soccer, you got to make some critical substitutions. I thought he did a poor job of it. I really do. I thought he mismanaged the end of games that were close games. And substitutions are critical in soccer. You can't, if you're still trying to attack and you have a 1-0 lead, the other team's going to counter you back. And there's often times in many games where I saw that the attack mode was still going on. Instead of bringing in a defender, let's say in the 78th minute, to protect that lead, that wasn't always the case. So I saw that many times, and I knew that was going to be an issue. I think the move is good. I know a lot of people fall in love with coaches and personalities and all that, but I think the move is good. I think it'll do them good. I'd like to put in a vote for maybe Devin Sandoval to be considered as a coach.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, I think he would make a nice hire. Lobo football, I was there. I saw the Isaiah injury, the second one. Kid just had nowhere to go, and it's been the problem all year. The O-line sometimes shows up, and most of the time it doesn't. But what's more disappointing for me is the defense. You go into Wyoming, and you give that great performance, and then you come back home with all this momentum, and you give that poor performance. So to me, the defense, that inconsistency with the D has been very disappointing because to me it's all a team game, and you got to play all 3 faces, and you can't just put it on one and not the other. You got to be fair across the board. But all good stuff. Week to week, we'll just see how it plays out.
Week to week. Thanks, Marty. Marty, number 1. On the Troy stuff, I'll lean on you a lot. Was it just time for a new voice? Is it he made because I'm going to guess, and I don't know this. I'm going to guess Troy knows the game maybe better than the owner. Fair?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Troy was a very important part of getting this team to where they are right now.
Yeah. So when it comes down to in-game decisions, I'm going to lean on you a lot. Substitutions late, match, stuff like that. I mean, was what he said. Do you agree with that?
Marty was spot on with his analysis on that's why you miss out on the playoffs by a point. Because you turn what should be 3 points into 1.
But does the coach do that or the players do that? You know where I am. Players
have to make plays. But when you look at some of the adjustments, I think at times for a team that you didn't think was very attack-minded, the way they played with 3 at the back, that leaves you open a lot. And when you're not scoring as many goals as you would like to see when you're trying to put that many attacking players on the field, when you have those moments to get defensive and you're not able to see out games, fans will notice that. And that's why you look at the amount of draws that they had and points that, especially they dropped at home early in the season, it comes back to hunt you.
Because you here, a point there.
You just lose your margin for error, and that's what happened with United. Now, Troy Lesesne, I think what he did overall, you can question some of his decisions, but he raised the bar. There's expectations because of what he and his staff did. The players that he was able to bring in to have an expansion franchise in the postseason, going on an Open Cup run with the expectations right off the bat, where 3 years in, you have people going crazy over soccer stadium for this team.
You do you like the Devin Sandoval idea?
I think that's more of, it's a great name, but what does he want to do? Is he ready for that transition? Does he want to go right from player to coach? Is he done? And he's dealing with some of the heart situation right now, which is very scary, of course. And so you just don't know where he's at personally in his career. Maybe he's just ready to take some time away. Who knows? You
have any idea? And I don't know this, and this isn't public, and I don't know what a USL coach makes. I was thinking the Heather Dyke thing that we were talking about the other day. I don't know if they can afford her. What's she making it's public. I want to say it's like 120, right? I mean, she's making a pretty good living. I don't know if they can afford her. I'm going to guess the UNM coach women's soccer may make more than you. I don't know, honestly. But we were having that conversation the other day. All right, 505-246-0610. If you want to keep them coming, you can. Glenn replied to you, traveling to games, reply to JJ, Jeff. How big of an issue is this? How many fans are going to games at Aggie Memorial now? Come to think of it, how many Lobo fans traveled all the way to Dreamstyle Stadium on Saturday? When you're winning, people come. I think if you want to go to a game, you're going to go to a game.
That's true. But I think it's part of it, too, is not just traveling to games, because it's an awesome experience when you get a chance to for a team, but embracing where you are. It's to me, it's like the roster conversation. Because I'll hear people complain every single day of the week. Well, the reason I'm not going to Lobo basketball because of a bunch of transfers. Well, the only reason you're going to be any good this year is because of transfers. So it's kind of like just accepting what college athletics is, embracing the league you're in. And I think, Conference USA, at least it's a name brand conference. And Aggie fans will absolutely say, we're playing UTEP and La Tech and Liberty, let's go.
Let me ask you this. For those, because I don't hear that a lot. But I just read, a lot of Jeff Grammer's story on the season tickets and are season tickets down because people don't know who they are. And if you don't know who they are, you don't know how good they're going to be, and you're going to be a little slower to buy season tickets. But would you rather have brought back last year's roster and a roster that won, 6 and whatever they went and won, I think, 3 games against Division I teams? Or would you rather bring in these transfers and have a chance to be competitive again?
Oh, it's another excuse that gets thrown out there when you're not winning. Not enough New Mexico kids. Oh, there's too many transfers.
I never hear it for basketball. Never hear not enough New Mexico kids for basketball. Ever. Do you?
No.
I hear it in football. I hear it in baseball. But I don't ever hear it, well, you want because you've watched high school. I mean, nothing against the players here. There's just, you can't do it. Every once in a while, there's a kid who can play at this level. And I know there's some AAU coaches who are screaming at me right now. I mean, with all due respect, how many New Mexico kids should be? Now, I think there should be 1 or 2 on this team each year that contribute. And I think there can be. But would you rather brought back last year's roster and try to run this thing back with that roster? Or don't, how could you not feel more comfortable? I watched Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn the other night, and I know who they played against. I get it. But what I saw potentially, so much better than anything I saw last year. You?
I agree with that.
All right. 505-246-0610. I got a Jason email when we come back. I'll go through the emails. Maybe I should open the text line at some point, too. and see what that's telling me. All in Autographs, Albuquerque's premier sports memorabilia and collectible destination. It is a museum. It is a first-class, world-class store at 2225 Wyoming Northeast, just to the south of Manal. Go by there. You will find something you love. I promise. You're going to find something you want. If you are into sports memorabilia, entertainment, music, history, whatever it is, this store is as good as anywhere there is, or anywhere in America. It's just that good. Now they got the red and green sale. So selected items in the store have been marked with red and green stickers. They're on sale from 20 to 40% off. All framed jerseys, and there's a ton of them, are 20% off through the end of the year. You tell them you heard about it from me. I told you on the radio. You could use my code, Jeff959. Or say I heard it from that guy on the radio or whatever, $50 off a purchase, a $200 item. Go by, check them out. If you got an item you want to know what it's worth, they're having a JSA event. James Spence Authentications will be here on November 20th and 21st. Get your item to them by the 18th, and you will learn all about it. AllInAutographs.com. Take a look at them, learn about what they're about. Go see them at 2225 Wyoming Northeast. All in Autographs, Albuquerque's premier sports memorabilia and collectible destination.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From Laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game.
What about the Christmas songs and music and stuff?
Can't wrap my head around it yet.
So, on the way down to El Paso, I was trying to get the New Mexico State game on the radio. You know, Sierra County, you're kind of coming in. And so they're on 99.5, which is the same frequency as Magic.
Magic 99.
And so I had the two stations kind of blending in together. And there's Jack Nixon on the Sparrow scoreboard. And the pass is complete to them. The man is across the 30. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Horse opens.
Just the two melting together.
Down, Aggies.
Yeah.
Dancing all the way. Hey!
Our opening drive, Jeff JJ. A. Marie, not Anne Marie. And Adrian, not Andrian. I'm just saying. It's not Andrian, right? It's Adrian and A. Marie. Good to see you still wearing the Dodger hat. That's right. All right. This is a Jason email. It says, that fight song. Good morning, OD. The best fight song melody in all of FBS football will be wobbling to new stadiums and arenas in 2023. In the immortal words of Ice Cube, today is a good day. Yes, the Aggies have been wandering the FBS deserts and have found a home. So now becomes the issue of funding athletics to a level that is similar to its conference peers, and even more important, what can NMSU do to contribute to health of the conference? Aggie football has had homes in the Missouri Valley, the PCAA, the Big West, then Big West's consortium, the WAC, Sun Belt, Independence. In every case, NMSU has been the football doormat and has been consistently underfunded. Repeating the same action over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of madness, so will that change? Or will Aggie athletics continue to do the same two-step that Aggie football has been doing since Sid rolled into Albuquerque, turned on his Craco stereo, and listened to Lobo fan talk about the banners going up? Aggie football needs to become viable, and more importantly, needs to market itself in a market that is primarily a prep football market. The other issue is that in order to build an alumni fan base, many of the alumni live in areas where alums have to drive back to campus. I don't know what the solution is, but I know this. Aggie football cannot take the same approach and expect a different result. Crimsonally, Jason, by way of the Missouri Valley, through the Big West, to the WAC, over the Sun Belt, and on to Conference USA. So what he's saying is, all right, here's a new start. Now what are we going to do differently? And it's a totally fair conversation. It's a great email.
It's about embracing it. And maybe, my thoughts on the traveling, that was a bit wonky in what I was trying to say. It's just about buying into where you are and who you're playing.
Your mic's open.
Okay.
Joshua.
Joshua. I guess Joshua's on hold. All right, let's talk to Howard. You know your mic's open when you do that, right? You know your mic's open when you do that?
Yeah.
What's up, Howie?
Good morning, guys.
Hello.
And I bet JJ may know the answer to this question, but 1995 Troy Aikman, what does that mean?
95 Troy Aikman?
That's the last time the Dallas Cowboys beat the Broncos in a football game.
Damn, dude.
Really?
Yep.
95, wow.
And you know I'm not one to drink the Cowboy Kool-Aid, and this is my Cowboys because they lack the discipline to continue to move forward in their season. Yeah, but championship teams shake off performances like they had yesterday, right? But they go Hollywood on you. That's what they do. They go Hollywood on you. Trayvon Diggs already had newspaper clippings on his refrigerator with magnets of how he's going to be the defensive rookie of the year, and they all buy the hype. Him and Micah Parsons had a nice little interview before the game. I mean, I know that, you got to try to keep it in perspective, and that's what the Cowboys have always lacked, is that discipline. And not to mention that Denver showed up and played a hell of a game. That defense was pretty stout. And Marty, you can hang a few passes that were missed passes or whatever that, we could have won that game. Well, we could have won that game if we just showed up like professionals and played well. The Denver defense just punched the Cowboys in the face, and they did not know how to react. So I'm sitting there watching the game with a couple of buddies over at the lodge, and I had to walk and sit at another table because of the ridiculous attitude of Cowboy fan calling a block punt a screw job by the refs. I mean, the Cowboy player clearly touched the football, thus making it a live ball, correct?
Yeah, that's the rule, yeah.
And I'm like, that's the rule, guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. And I'm like, I can't, sometimes I can't even deal with Cowboy fans, guys, because they just don't see the incredibly...
Yep.
Yes.
That's fan base.
Anyway,
Sports. Yep.
Thank you for your Chargers for covering. So I won my parlay.
Not mine.
I appreciate that.
That was close.
Otherwise, it was a good day in football. Very
Congratulations on
unpredictable,
that parlay. Thanks, Howard. I don't know how many people won parlays this
I did
weekend.
not.
I mean, holy smokes, on a weekend of improbability like that, who won? Terry, good morning.
Good morning to all of you in the AM today, Monday morning. The old underdogs came through big time. New Mexico State, hopefully they can get somebody to coach that's patient, maybe that can sell the program and maybe won't stay forever, but they're going to be starting from scratch because it looks like now you really got to think they had 2 years of very, very little recruiting, if anything. So it's going to take a while to even get players in there from that standpoint. Jordan Love's mom, that goes back to the old Miller Lite commercials and Bob Uecker thinking he'd be in the front row. And they'd stick him up at the top of there. Usually he was by himself, but I thought the game plan should have been like Cousin Sal had put out on his Twitter feed was Jordan Love, find who Daniel Sorensen's guarding and throw it to that person all day. It finally worked at the end, but it's tough from the game plan first time. You don't have the guy's whole career in one game, but for all the fans, the Packer fans that wanted Rodgers gone at the beginning of the year, I think that it could have been the reciprocal. They could have been easily 2-7 instead of 7-2. And then also lighter side, everybody's doing the discus challenge now. Stafford pulled it to spin around in the end zone and throw it to the other team. Josh Allen did the spin around and throw it to the other Josh Allen. And these are experienced quarterbacks and just kind of stupid plays. But that's just part of the NFL. JJ, maybe in the last segment you can give us a feel of what you think the Lobos will be seeded in soccer. I don't know their strength of schedule this year and if they'll get a decent seed or, if they'll just have to be lowly and play a top dog early on. But as always, you guys have a great day. Take care. Be safe. Enjoy the show.
Thank you,
Bye.
Terry. You got an idea on the seed?
I think it's similar to what they got last year.
Middle?
Yeah.
All right. Hoser, Sean, I got to take this break. We'll get to you when we get back. Stay there if you can. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From the laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures.
220610. Brought to you by Quan's Auto Care Collision and Repair. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
One line open. Let's get to as much as we can. Hoser, you've been holding for a minute or two. What's up, man? Good to hear you.
Hey, guys. Well, the phenomenon that is the week-to-week league showed up in Dallas. Of course, it visited a lot of other cities, but, man, boy, that was tough to watch. But, well, there's always next week. And you know, maybe I should make some T-shirts that say week-to-week league, you know, or throw some of those out.
Better give Marty a piece of those.
Crazy, huh? You think I could sell some?
Yeah, you could. Marty gets a piece, though.
Okay, all right, nice. Oh, that is true. Yes. I definitely have to. You know, don't want any
copyright infringements.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word I'm looking for. Hey, Lobos Friday night. Boy, it was great to be back in the pit. The floor just really nice, and you know, it was a decent crowd out there. Not too bad. And hey, that team was very exciting to watch. You know, of course, regular season starts Wednesday. You know, but man, that team, boy, they got some athletes on that team. We'll see how all the chemistry comes together. But,
I thought sitting courtside, Hoser might come by and say hello, but nothing. Like I did one of those waves and pretended I was moving my hair, and then I realized I didn't have any hair. Nothing. Like no love from Hoser.
When? I didn't see you. I was looking for you.
Sitting in the big dog Cumulus seats, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll have to do a better job of, you know, scanning the area. I did talk to your boys, though. I did see them.
Yeah, the boys are important. I got it. No, I know who the stars of the radio station are. You see your boys, you see Fred and Van, and that's who you talk to. I got
I'm
it.
just trying to be a friend of the show,
You
man.
took your picture here. Friend of the show, Hoser. All
right, guys.
All right.
Have a good week.
Later. I know where I stand. I'm well aware of that. John, good morning.
Good morning, OD. How's it going?
Excellent. How you living?
I'm doing good. I hope you guys are doing well as well. I'll be real quick. I know we're short. I'm a lifelong Cowboy fan. You all know that if you remember my voice. Yep. Triple Jack on the email. And, you know, I got to hand it to the Broncos. They have one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. He came out and he stopped Dallas's, you know, highly vaunted offense. Having said that, I think the Dallas Cowboys took the Broncos too lightly. I don't think Dak Prescott was 100%. I thought perhaps they should have sat CeeDee Lamb because he was also ailing. And it was probably a good time to let Cooper Rush play again. They could have afford a loss in that division. I know it's NFL and it is week to week. I get it. But I don't think Dallas came to play. And Mike McCarthy, once again, needs to pull his head out of his butt about these 4th and 2, 4th and short when you don't. I think he's made one, perhaps. And it's just really frustrating when you got your head coach that didn't get his team ready to play, didn't get in their head, who let them read the cheese or eat the cheese, as Bill Parcells would say, and they got beat on Military Day in Dallas. That tough one to swallow, but that's the way it goes.
On to next week, John. On to next week.
That's right.
All right, see you. Thanks. Sean, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What's up?
Just wanted to talk about Conference USA real quick. As an Aggie alum and fan, I'm very happy. I think obviously it's a home for football, as well as a upgrade in all of the other sports. I am interested to see what funding looks like. I mean, when you look historically at UNM, NMSU, and UTEP, football-wise, there hasn't been a lot of success there. Now you look at basketball, you have UTEP with a national championship, NMSU with a Final Four, and UNM has the pit, I guess. And you look at across the nation, you see a lot of schools that they're either a basketball school or a football school. These are basketball schools. So when it comes to football, I kind of, there's hope there, but it's going to take something pretty special or somebody with a lot of money. I'm hoping that the next coach at NMSU is a triple option coach because I think that closes the talent gap that these smaller schools have with a lot of the bigger schools. So I'm excited for it. We'll see what happens.
All right, Sean, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so Aggie fan says, yeah, I'm excited where we are. He wants that option. It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm so careful. I hate talking about the next coach when there's a coach in place. You know what I mean? But
the reality is that the coach in place that straight out said,
moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah.
And there's no comment on the future between the program and Doug Martin.
Yeah. No, I understand that. So where do you go? This coach has to go to Alabama next week. I mean, that's where they're going. All right. There are a few that I haven't read to you yet. Season tickets for basketball are down, according to Sawyer. I think season tickets are down because we're still in a pandemic. And there's still some people showing up who don't want to wear masks and are unvaccinated. Went to the game to scope it out, and there were more than a handful that were maskless. Because of that, I'm opting out of my season ticket this year. Okay? I think that's real. Can I just tell you something? I mean, the Balloon Fiesta attendance was down. State Fair attendance was down. And for whatever reason, we got this infatuation that if attendance is down, that's the only that's the only scope of success. Yeah. And it is the most visible, and it is a big metric, and I think everybody wants to sell tickets to whatever their event is. But for whatever reason, that's like for people, and I get it with the bowl game every year. Well, then you guys must be going away if your attendance is down. There's a lot of different metrics to success.
Yeah, but it's the issue with that is attendance is down, but what were the numbers? Like, a bunch of people still went to Balloon Fiesta.
Yeah.
UNM is still going to be top 3 in the Mountain West in attendance when it's all said and done. Do you want it to be better? Yes, but it goes hand in hand with the fact we're still coming out of a pandemic. A lot of people still have their personal feelings about it, which is fine. But you don't look at New Mexico, no one's buying season tickets. Well, yeah, they're not hitting the projections that they wanted. They're still looking around like 6,000 people have bought season tickets. You're going to get your walk-up. So you're still going to get a top 40, top 50 attendance in Division I college basketball. So that's still a positive, just not as much as they assumed coming out of the COVID season, not playing at home.
John said, Cowboys and Lobos, good morning, guys. What a beating got administered to my Cowboys, but still 6-2 and probably refocused from here on out. Bronco fan, you're 5-4. A lot of season left. Lobos allowed 72 points to a team that didn't have last year. I don't understand. All right. Thanks to Mario Mocha and Danny Gonzalez. Both were with us today. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd after that. ABQ Central with the afternoon drive. You got basketball tonight? No, we got Monday Night Football tonight. We got Monday Night Football. Bears and Steelers. Then Trulio. You want to come back tomorrow morning and do it again? Great work. I know I threw a lot of curveballs at you today, Marie, and great job. Adrian, good job. Big day for you?
Huge day.
All right, enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
But there goes Manzano. He's got nothing but green. Oh, and a touchdown saving tackle by Angel Chavarria.
Academy searching for Babinski in the front. Babinski will keep her footing. She'll come back inside. Trying to get it. Here's the shot opportunity, and Academy scores to start this game. That's just a backbreaker when you're 1 yard from it. Turtle Morales is going to Cruz Garcia. Intercepted! Running up to make that play, it's Jesse Ramirez. Ramirez bouncing off a couple of guys. Gets through and finally taken down by Raymond Ivey.
No one has that problem to be so stacked at wide receiver that you're going to move one of your receivers to running back. There's Robertson. He scoops it up at the 7. He crosses the 20. He'll get to the 30. A lot of room for Robertson. He's got some speed. He's going to have to beat the kicker, and that is all. And the kicker can't get through. He's stumbling up, and he is pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. There is the deep ball. The receiver was open for a moment, but then it's a pick for the people's champ, Nathan Lopez. He came out of nowhere to make that interception. Bell is going to get tripped up. He's still up on his feet. Bell rolling to his right. He's going to throw down the field to a wide open man at midfield. What a catch there.
What a play.
Safety help coming, yeah.
You see more going over there just fine.
Middle, and it's Exodus Ayers in a lot of space. Ayers gets across the 40, cuts back up at the 30. He's dancing. Now he'll turn on the Jets. Ayers is going to spin into the end zone. Mr. Cool himself. How smooth of a route was that at the end there, huh? He just keeps serving these kids. Year after
right.
year.
My son stopped, so he's chunking it down the field.
He's got all day into double coverage. It's caught! Oh, he picked it out of the air. What a catch by Trujillo. How did he do that?
Double coverage. He jumped over both of them.